Hello mate, welcome back to the channel. Silver here. So the time is now, we are nearly there. We're what, 5 hours 10 minutes as of recording this away from 3.24 from Necropolis League. So obviously I imagine you've got your league starters and stuff ready, but if you haven't, then here's what I'm going to be doing. We've got our league starter build, we've got some stuff that we might transition into, and then we're going to look at some atlas trees and what we think could be going on there. And after that we'll just do a little chat about like our plans for live streaming. We're going to probably go live in about 3 hours and do a bit of an art stream beforehand, do some character art. So yeah, let's get into it. So if you don't know, me and Try did like an Ascendancy class design battle for PoE 2, something that we love to do here on the channel, and I lost, and the forfeit was that he gets to pick my league start. So I had a really easy time. I didn't have to do all the exploration, and he landed me with Splitting Steel Champ. So first thing I did was like took a look online, and I thought, okay, like who's done this before, who's sort of like solved it and figured it out. So I took a look at Mathel's build from Tota. He's got a pretty good build that had like that used a savior and I think had a shield as well. But then I also come across Ruse, and there was something about Ruse tree which just stood out to me. I think it was because just not only the fact that it's scaled, it seemed to scale a lot higher potentially, but it also has like a much clearer like leveling guide and stuff, and I don't think Mathel had the time to do that. So yeah, Splitting Steel Champ, essentially I won't go all in depth, I'll put the POB down in the description. But essentially we are just going to be picking up like two-handed axe. We're going to go two-handed early on, so you can see the tree here. If we go to like 12 to 38, precise technique and just a ton of physical overwhelm. This should carry us on damage. If we just pick up like, you know, do the crafting recipe, rustic sash and a white stone, we should be able to get a pretty decent weapon that will carry us as we go. We're going to be leveling with Spectral Throw into Spectral Helix, and then yeah, around sort of 38 we're going to transition over to Splitting Steel. That's going to take us all the way up to maps. And here's the tree. Like I said, you can take a look in the POB, but using precise technique, and then very late on we then have the choice of, we'll grab our perseverance, and then we've got a choice of like, do we want to go crit, non-crit? Crit is like very end game, like this is like a level 99 tree. We've got some clusters, and yeah, the damage gets pretty nutty. If I then go to endgame, switch out the items up to endgame, you can see that like, I don't know exactly if we're going to get there, but yeah, you're pulling like nearly 100 mil DPS, which is absolutely insane. But obviously this is giga juiced. But on the way there, it's got plenty of potential as well and should carry us. Now, the options apart from this, if this like doesn't work out and it doesn't take us to Ubers, because the goal very much for this league is to do 40-40. One, just because I love the challenge rewards this time round, they're looking really, really cool. But on top of that, like, I just haven't done it. I've never done 40-40. This just feels like, first time live streaming, this feels like the time to do it. So if this doesn't carry us, then we're going to be taking a look at Palstron and MB Extreme, and a few other people are looking at mana stacking, Archmage, everyone's looking at that at the minute. And there's going to be some cool stuff that people find out, whether that is like a elemental hit wonder thing, which I'm a little bit uncertain about. But then yeah, there's just tons of different ways to scale this. We've got the exciting new uniques of like Ravenous Passion, using Rage, and there's some really cool stuff we can do with Berserk, but then also there's like Chain Breaker if you want to go the Wander route, which MB Extreme was talking about. On top of that, we've got Mana Storm, and I've even been thinking about doing like a Ignite proc Mana Storm Hierophant, which yeah, is dicey at the minute, so do not take that as like I have not worked that out, and I'm kind of hoping someone else does. But yeah, Mana Storm was the like upgraded version of Mana Storm for the new Uber Unique drops. The nice thing about this build as well is like, while we're leveling, we really don't need much. You know, ideally we'll pick up like Lionized Vision along the way. We do need a Perseverance at some point, but that's like much later on. And then yeah, we need like a Bell Timber potentially, but that's if we want to transition like much later on to the dual wield. Really, we're just going to need a good axe, and if we've got like a 500-600 DPS axe, I think that's going to do us all right in maps. Yeah. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll work it out. So how are we going to get all our currency and stuff? This obviously comes down to our Atlas passive tree. So obviously we're blessed this league. We've got like 3 loadouts that we can find. But starting off, what I really want to do is I'm basically going to be doing like June to get all of our veiled mods and hopefully get some good items. Along with Expedition, we're going to do some rock crafting, which is going to be fun, and Expedition's just fun. And I think, yeah, with the build, like Split and Steel should be able to clear that stuff pretty easily. If we've got the damage, I say easily, don't quote me. So we'll start off, we're going to come through here and pick up our Jun chance. It's just tons and tons of Jun chance. And straight away, I'm going to grab all of this, I'm going to just like straight away grab all of this Expedition encounter stuff. We get like 52% here. Then I'm going to come up, and if you want to block anything here, you can. I really hate rogue markers. I find it really annoying, like just to even like get them in the map, and I think I would rather just get rid of them. So you can grab that. You're getting the extra mod, the extra map drops as well, so that's useful. And then, weirdly, I'm not going to go straight up. I'm actually going to come down here because these nodes, I think, are being buffed to 2%. I'm going to get some Atlas scouting reports. And we're actually going to rely on Kirak quite a bit. And then, before going straight up, because we're going to come up here and get a load more Kirak stuff, I actually think the play might be to pick up Gravekeeper's Boon. Now, apparently, we don't know like what this is going to do 100%, but apparently it's got some like recoup and regen stuff. So this might be the play, this might not. I can't say for certain right now. But anyway, so we'll come up, we'll get these additional map nodes. And then going to come over, get all of this Atlas Scout chance. So we should be getting plenty of scouting reports. We grab we grab like this is essentially the, the shaping of the world, shaping of the stars, all that stuff. We're getting that chance, and we get our, this is actually getting a buff as well, so this is going to be at 6%, I think this is, don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure this is going to 6% in the patch notes. So we are going to be getting a ton of Kirak mission chance. Come up here, and then basically we're going to take this path all the way up and just rush towards getting our 20 points. Now, obviously, we don't need Scarabs as much. I think this is going to be really popular, and I've seen a lot of other people doing this. This was my immediate thought as well, was like, yeah, let's just get 20 points, and we can, early on, we can do what we want with these. So as soon as we get those 20 points, we've then kind of got some pretty good options of what we can do. I personally would go straight to get our syndicate intelligence, and I'm gonna then come and get all of our expedition chance, and basically just blocking out, well, not blocking, but like massively reducing the chance of Gwenin. This is just gonna give us tons of like artifacts, it's gonna give us currency from Tujin, and it's gonna give us all of those Rogcraft potentials. Now, this is where it kind of gets a little bit interesting, I think, of like what you want to do from here. I actually think the play might be, if we're then getting to like our yellow maps at this point and we're kind of struggling a little bit, or we're just trying to like rush through and get as many missions and stuff as we can, we could have also done this earlier, is pick up these Nico nodes for 40% chance of Nico, come up here and grab Packed with Energy. I just think just the movement speed alone, like, and will help us clear. If we're not worried about like dying too much, then obviously the max elemental damage isn't much, but just the damage increase and the movement speed is huge. So yeah, we've got basically with this 8% here, and you can get a couple more here, but with this 8%, we've got like 50% chance, basically 48% chance to get this. So 1 in 2 maps, we're going to be like speeding through them. We can also pick up Shaping of the Mountains, and that's going to give us just a load more chance to get some map upgrades. On top of that, we've obviously got this cluster here for Expedition. You might want to grab this when you grab this other stuff as well. So this is like, you're just going to have to feel it out of like what you're feeling like you want more of. If you want to get more Expedition, you can grab that. But this is kind of the tree at this point. Like, I think 76 nodes, we've done like, yeah, kind of 50 maps, but a little bit less than 50 maps. To get these with the 20 from Unwavering Vision. And yeah, I'm feeling like this is in a pretty good spot. We're getting a load of Jun, and we're getting a load of Expedition chance. So from there, we should, I mean, you can get more Jun here as well, like if you want, and that could be a good shout. There's obviously the chance as well down here to get like additional ranks, and if you're tying that up with intelligence gathering and you're really trying to get specific promotions, I've got a little bit of a cheat sheet that I'm going to be using. There it is. So this is like my cheat sheet. Feel free to to just screenshot it if you want, or just look at your own. But obviously it's a bit annoying trying to work out who you want where. But this was the stuff that, like, these were all the Scarabs that I felt were relevant. There's some Breach Scarabs as well that I want to be grabbing, because next up we're going to be transitioning into Breach as well. Alright, and then what I'll do is I'll just show you the other tree that I've come up with, which is going to be my personal sort of like end tree. We're getting a load of incursion. Now I think the thing that really stood out to me was like this node here. Incursions in your maps contain cursed treasures. Now, I don't think anyone knows what cursed treasures are just yet. If you do, please let me know. I would love to know that in the comments. We get all of the classic incursion nodes, and between getting like double time on this one and these cursed treasures, we might be able to get like a cursed treasure in every incursion, and that may end up being super value. The Scarabs for incursion are looking pretty good. We've got chances to drop full temples. We've got magic monsters. Yeah, there's loads of fun stuff, and I just love running incursion anyway. And the other thing that we're adding in here, so we're keeping expedition, we're dropping Jun, and blocking a load of basically everything else, and we're picking up Breach. Now, Breach, I think if you've seen the Breach Scarabs, you can basically add tons and tons of breaches to your maps, alongside like this node here, where you've got a chance to have like, you know, 2, 3, 10 additional breaches every now and then just all of the like juice that you get on this tree of, you know, splinters and breach bosses spawning, and the Scarabs can spawn breach bosses, and you can have all of your breaches be Chayula. Like, you know, it just, I don't know, it's just looking completely nutty. This is, however, like a super full, complete tree, right? Like this is 132, so this is, you've completely cleared everything. You could also potentially, depending on how these treasures work out, you might be able to just completely drop this whole section here. And yes, you're losing at like what, 24% alpha chance, but with breaches and stuff, you could probably get that with Scarab. Sorry, you could probably get that back. If this is dud, then you can just completely drop that as well, and we're back to like a reasonable 119 sort of like, you know, completed most of your maps, 2 void stone sort of tree. So yeah, that's where we're at with the Atlas trees. Very curious to hear what you think. Obviously, it's so cool now because we can just kind of do what we want, and we can have loads of different options. I think strong boxes could be good. Strong boxes and like essences, I think, could be amazing. People are going to be going to town. I'm so glad to see Grimrow is back, so I'm going to be looking to Grimrow for some interesting strats on stuff to get. Alright, and last thing to talk about, I guess, is just our plans for Leaguestart and our plans for streaming over on Twitch. So we are going to be going live about an hour and a half beforehand, so in about like 3.5 hours I'm going to go out for a run and get some sleep before that happens. And then, yeah, we're planning to go pretty hard, try and go as far as we can into the early hours. Over here in the UK, League launches at 7, so yeah, maybe we'll get to like 2, 3, maybe even 4 o'clock in the morning and then sleep. But I'm going to be streaming all day tomorrow, hopefully, and Sunday as well. We're going to be doing like daily sort of build progress updates. I love it when people do that. I love it when like Ziggy does his like sort of semi-daily things, and yeah, tons of people do them. So yeah, we're going to do that. We're probably going to jump on with some other creators if we can, just jump on a call and some other players and have a bit of a chat. So yeah, hopefully you are blasting at the same time. If you want to jump in and just like listen to how we get on with the split and steel stuff, then I would love for you to join me in the chat. The last thing that I want to say is that there's been a lot of conversation, I know, recently around, like, I've seen it in a lot of people's videos around like how kind of like a little bit of the feeling that you have to play a Leaguestart a certain way, and that this meta has evolved of like, you have to play PoE on Leaguestart this way. And I just want to like say to you, if you are like feeling the pressure of that at all, like just remember to like, we all just play this game because it's fun and because we love it, and we do not have to race to get, you know, keep up with content creators who have like solved everything. Pick the build you want. There's tons of good options out there. Obviously try not to pick anything that is like super extreme. Don't get baited into like a mage. If you see a mage blood on any character, do not follow that build. Apart from that, like anything's game. You can kind of make anything like work with enough effort and enough time. So yeah, just have fun, mate. And if I don't see you in the chat and you're busy just like blasting, then have a sick league start. It's looking like a really juicy one. Necropolis, the crafting systems, the end game changes, the Scarabs, the new bosses, T17s, the new drops, everything is up in the air. There's a lot to discover and to find out, so enjoy discovering that. I'll share the stuff that I find out and how everything goes on the daily updates. And until the next video or the next live stream, I will see you soon. Friends, Exiles, thank you very much for watching. Ta-da.